Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me to this beautiful city. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a program we're running in Birmingham at the moment in order to try and help people accelerate the impact of their medical technologies to the clinic. So who am I? I'm actually an academic. I've had a fairly normal academic career, published extensively. I've been to great universities around the world, but my work has always been focused on medical innovation, right from being an undergraduate student, actually. And as a consequence, I've now taken 5 products from concept to trial. So that's been a great founding for me. I sort of understand those sort of hurdles that one has to overcome to get those products out. Where is Birmingham? So most people don't know where Birmingham is. We're actually about an hour away from London. It's actually the second biggest city in the country. It is the home of the Industrial Revolution. And actually, I think the things that people probably know Birmingham for more is Peaky Blinders, which is, it's not all really like that. But if you visit Birmingham, you can see where the Peaky Blinders used to live, and heavy metal. So I actually go to the local pub that the lead singer of Led Zeppelin goes to, and he's a really cool guy. But also Ozzy, he's from Birmingham as well. So we have this great culture, and Shakespeare. Yeah. We have this great cultural heritage, of which the heavy metal people are the most important. So medtech to the UK is an incredibly important and growing sector. There's a huge demand, particularly with our nationalised health service. But actually, it's a problematic field to innovate in because of the way that you have to go through the translational pathway. So translating medical technologies, I've been in it for more than 20 years now. Often it can be quite painful. So it can be a story of failure to launch a lot of the technologies. I remember with my PhD, I invented a material which was fabulous. It was osteogenic. Smith & Nephew wanted to commercialize it. We couldn't make it. Because we couldn't make it, it came to nothing. So I think what I learned actually is that medical technology is a field that actually is complicated and very difficult as a consequence, one, of the diversity, but two, of the numerous things that you have to think about when you're developing a technology. Okay, so to give you an idea of complexity, these are 3 products that I've produced in my laboratory. They're all molecularly exactly the same. They're all made from the same sugars. The one on the left has made the market. It's available internationally. It's a barrier spray. The one in the middle, it's a lubricating eye drop. It lubricates the eye over a very long period of time. The one on the right is a simple dressing, all made from the same molecules. They're completely different classes of medical device, meaning that the one on the left went from concept to market in 14 months. The one on the right has been 10 years in the making. So actually, if you look at it, even the same material with a different purpose can have a very much more complex and expensive way to the market. So, I would argue that it's not enough to have a product that works, that clinicians want and people want to sell. You actually have to think about a lot more when you commercialize a medical technology. So I'm a scientist, I apologize, I'm going to show a graph. So if you look at the medical innovation process, we looked at what was happening within our UK ecosystem. You get failure at certain pinch points in development. You want things to fail at proof of concept, but actually a lot fails because you can't make it properly, like my bone cement. A lot fails because it wasn't properly protected in the first place. A lot fails because we haven't done the healthcare economics on it. A lot fails because people haven't secured that position and can't get investment, that they haven't planned their trial properly. You get huge failures for not planning the trial properly. And the uptake can be poor as well, even if something works really well. So you have this constant loss through the medical technology sector, and companies and innovations are disappearing all the time. So I think actually what you need to do to maximize your chances or to help people is actually start thinking about all of these different things at the first possible moment. So manufacturing, regulation, intellectual property, cost, economic modeling, who's going to buy it, how you're going to reimburse from day one. The second you know a technology is going to work, you need to put all of those things in place. Now, what we're doing in Birmingham, what we're trying to do, and I'm hoping some of you are going to engage with me around this, is creating an accelerator program that has been funded by a large government investment that helps innovators from the academic field, but also people who are innovating outside of universities, to actually get over some of these lumps in the road much, much earlier on. So we're targeting our support that we can provide at certain pinch points. We're trying to create more innovation. We're trying to get people to settle their companies in the Midlands. So that's something that we're very keen on. We're providing help with manufacturing at the very beginning. So people are getting advice from some of our partners. Help with regulation, that's critical. Help with intellectual property. But we're also exposing them to the clinicians that we have access to within our network. So Birmingham has the biggest hospital in the UK. It serves about 5 million people, and it has a very ethnically diverse population, so it's a great place to run trials. And we have very engaged clinical academics who are very happy to help design appropriate trials and come up with proper use cases. So we're providing support through the partners in the consortium to actually try and reduce the loss of innovation through this process. So Birmingham itself, we've got a huge strategic investment in this space. So we have, this is a picture of our campus. It's a very beautiful campus, actually, in the top left-hand corner. But we have this gigantic hospital, which is within 100 meters of our campus. But we also have a large area that's been turned into a space that is primarily actually for early innovation companies to grow their companies and grow their technologies and implement it within the hospital. So we're creating an ecosystem that's beneficial for companies, and we are, this actually is a computer graphic, but this building exists. Apparently it's modelled on a Tuscan village. It's the weirdest Tuscan village I've ever seen. But this building is now in place at the university, and we're welcoming early stage companies to come settle there and actually engage with us. What can we offer? Patient population. So we have people from Oxford and Cambridge coming to Birmingham to run trials. Why? Because the population of Oxford and Cambridge is white. It's not very diverse, really. Birmingham has more than 50% ethnic population. It's 5 million inhabitants, the surrounding area, so it's a great place to run trials. It's very proximate to the top universities in the UK. Has comparatively low living costs. So my large 5-bedroom house where I live is the same cost as a 1-bedroom apartment in London. So the overheads for families and resettlement are far lower. And it's actually a city in the UK with the highest external investment outside London. So it's something that's very much up and coming. We're only an hour and 12 minutes from London because the UK is a very small country. What we're trying to do next, and it's one of the reasons I'm here, is I recognise medtech as a global market. It's not a national market. The NHS for us isn't, for other companies we advise, isn't always the best place to deploy a technology. Some of them might be better off deploying in Slovakia or Taiwan or Singapore. So what we're actually trying to do is create international linkages with other innovation accelerators or incubators so that actually we can partner and companies can operate, say, within Canada with their innovation, with help from our Canadian partners, or with help from our Walloonian partners, or our Indian partners, in order to access that market. And we're then offering the same service to people from those incubators coming into Birmingham. And what we're really aiming to do is to raise Birmingham's profile in this space and grow the medtech ecosystem. Now, a quick shameless plug, we're running an event on the 3rd of December where we're going to showcase what Birmingham has to offer. It's going to be free. It costs about £100 to fly from Bratislava to about €100 to Birmingham. We have a great Christmas market. Please come. And it's actually the second biggest German Christmas market in Europe, which is, try and get your head around that. But it will be in our National Exhibition Centre, which is adjacent to the airport. You'll have the opportunity to see what we have to offer, but also network with a range of the companies that we're engaging. If anyone wants to talk to me about this afterwards, I'm easy enough to spot. So please come in, I'm quite friendly as well. So, with a little bit of time left, thank you very much.